Welcome back. On this one here, we're working on the coil system, spark system for the Turbo LS. I've gone through, picked a bunch of coils from my coil stash, used a bit of 303 spray wax to make them look like they were new because they'd been sitting in an engine bay of a dirty old LS truck, and they, there might be some oil leaks and dirt and sand and everything on them, so we got them looking pretty sweet. The reason why these ones here are separated from the others is basically on this side I noticed all the OEMs with the OEM number look like that, and then the aftermarket ones look like this. And then as I started looking further into it, I actually noticed there's some information on the side of it. Basically says Spectra with a part number and made in China. So I kind of had pretty good success with all OEM coils, so I wasn't really about to try mess with some aftermarket ones on that. So we're going to separate them into a separate pile. Probably honestly won't use them on the car. They'll just get stuck in the pile, and if some truck one day needs some, we might slam it on there and see if they actually work. But for now, we've got our 8. These are the 8. They're OEM. We're going to keep them for the car. We're changing the setup a little bit from what we normally ran last year in the car. Mainly, we're making it a little bit nicer to work on, a little bit easier. The biggest difference is this dry sump. We'll have a look at the other engine as well, but this particular dry sump gives us a lot more room for coils. So we're going to make the coils sit down here is our plan. So somewhere down here we're going to have the 4 coils mounted. Then we'll be able to do the other 4 coils pretty much symmetrical down there. The harness in the car is, we were lucky enough that when we originally built it, we can run it in 2 different spots. The Australian driver's side, so right hand side. Coil pack harness can actually go underneath on the subframe, which is where it is on the other engine, but it is actually long enough to head over to there if we need to. So we got some options, so we're going to run it on that side. Just makes nice short plug leads if we're trying to change plug leads, because one thing that does suck about LS's and turbos on them is you kind of got to build the exhaust nice, and you got to keep the plug leads out of the way. So we don't really have plug issues or lead issues. I've had a few now over the years, and I kind of know what I want to do. But essentially this is our spare motor. That's how the coils are mounted on the spare motor. So we're going to kind of do something similar to that on that one. And then this is the other side, and they had these long leads, and then that kind of went down and underneath onto the subframe. So that did work super sweet, but obviously big long lead, just more things to go wrong. You got to carry, basically on that setup, I have to carry 5 different lengths leads. So we're going to go with this one, make it all the same length. They're off just a factory truck motor. Scott, the company's Scott. They actually got quite a nice heat shielding on them, so it should be perfect for what we want to do. Easy to get, so yeah, let's go ahead, look at what we're going to do. I bought a ICT billet. They make some pretty decent parts for LS's, so I basically bought their coil kit. Looks like that. Here's the parts. So we're going to go through, build a couple of them, sit the leads on, work out the best place, work out how we're going to mount them to the block, and should be a nice little solution, be perfect for anyone doing a Turbo LS. It's what we've kind of come up with. As I normally do, we don't really leave anything standard or whatever. We modified this spacer here to set these 2 coils a little bit closer. And then we chop these angles down. Or did I chop these angles down? So this is the, well, in my car it's the passenger side, and we've cut that bracket out and drilled the holes, and we're going to weld this. We're going to weld this to there so we can unbolt them and bolt them in. So that's very similar location to what you've seen on the other one, but that's going to work perfect for what we're going to do. So they're going to get welded there. Then the other side, it's kind of a little bit more elaborate what we're going to do. I'll show you off the engine first. We want to push this back a little bit, so we've modified this even to a more extent. We'll put it on the bench here so you can see. essentially we cut this spacer in half so we can put that mount there. We took 10mm off this spacer and we took 10mm off this spacer, and then we put the leg here instead of out here where it's designed to be. So that just tightens all those gaps up a bit and moves us in. This is the side with the dry sump on, so it's got a little bit more going on. We've still got a little bit of shape we want to put into this. This isn't the final product, but I just wanted to show you where we're at right now. Basically, this is going to sit like that. So it's going to sit like so. And then I'm going to weld this onto that bracket. It's going to look like that. And this is going to go just in here on the original engine mount holes. So that's going to go basically on there. That's going to be the finished product. So should look pretty sweet when we're done. The main objective is so we're going to now be able to run all one length lead. So every single lead, like we said at the start, is all going to be the same length. So that'd be pretty sweet. So let's get this welded up, but that's the basic design. I just wanted to show you before I weld it up and just show you what it looks like done. So that's what we did. ICT billet brackets with a little bit of modification, and we'll have these babies on there today. And that's the end of the coil packs for now. I'll show you what we ended up with. This is the part number for the coil wires we ran. They're actually pretty nice coil wire, to be honest, so we'll be getting another set of them, but they're basically an LS truck coil, so they're a little bit longer than like a Corvette or a Camaro. So we got our 4 coils that we didn't use, and we got the 8 coils on the car. Came up pretty sweet. This is so this is the ITC billet bracket, and this is the plate we welded to it. They're our Scott coils. So they've got some nice heat sleeving on. These should be pretty good, and all my pipes come out and up, which they're actually on their way back today, so kind of exciting. So that's that side. The dry sump side's obviously a little tighter, but worked out pretty sweet. They're all in there, in their home. We got clearance to get the starter motor out. When I set this up, we'll have a bit of clearance on that line. But yeah, that's all came up done. We got the starter motor in there, so we can set that up for clearance. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. So that's another little one done. Hopefully, I think we're pretty close with this engine now. So we'll probably get this harness installed, make up the patch harness, and I think we can probably take it off the stand and start marrying up the clutch. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. If there's anything you want to know, comment down below, and thanks guys. See ya.